Are you wealthy? Are you wealthy? Tell me, Father John. Tell me, Father John. Today I'm going to be Father John, telling you whether you're wealthy or not in just 7-point checklist. So today I'm going to talk to you about a 7-point checklist wherein you're going to determine for yourself whether you're having the required wealth status or not. And of course, once you've identified whether you're having the wealth status or not, and if the result tends to be, that you need to improve upon your wealth status, please subscribe to this video so that you can watch my subsequent videos to identify how you can improve upon your wealth status subsequently. So continue watching till the end. So the first point to determine whether you're wealthy or not, remember the first point is to have a wealthy mindset. You need to have a mindset of a wealthy person. The way the wealthy person thinks is how efficiently he can utilize his current active income to deploy into assets which generate money into his pockets. He deploys his capital into assets which appreciate over a period of time and at the same time puts money into his pockets. That is the mindset which you need to change. And if you already have that mindset, great. If you don't have that mindset, you can work upon the mindset. Subscribe to this video so that you can watch my subsequent video of how you can improve upon your mindset. So that was the first point. The second point is that you need to repay your debts. You need to be capable, or you need to be, having sufficient income, a sizable set of income, wherein you can able to repay your debts within 2 to 3 years, 3 years max, I would say. And whilst you're repaying your debts within 2 to 3 years, which is the second checklist, that brings us to the third point of the checklist, is that whilst you're paying your debt, you should be also able to cover all your expenses up to 3 times of that. For example, if you're paying for your expenses, which is about say 20,000, you should be deriving an income of 3 times that expense, which is almost 60,000 at least to the minimum. This is what a wealthy person can derive from his assets so that he can pay for all his expenses up to 3 times. He can expand his expenses to an extent of up to 3 times if he needs. Well, a wealthy person usually doesn't expand his expenses, but in turn, whatever income he gets always increases with inflation. And that brings us to the fourth point of the checklist, that whatever income he's getting from the assets should improve alongside with inflation. For example, if he's getting an income of 60,000 for this particular year, then in the subsequent year, it should grow at least parallel to the inflation, or at least 1 or 2 points better than the inflation. If the inflation is 7%, I would prefer having assets which give me an income of up to 10%, so that it takes me to a wealthy status sooner. So that was the fourth point of the checklist. The fifth point of the checklist is you need to protect yourself, whether it may be life protection as well as health protection as well as asset protection. All these aspects of whatever assets are generating income. The first and foremost asset is myself, right? The person who is working to generate, to allocate capital, to generate income from these assets, or the assets in which he is investing into, those assets also have to be protected. So when it comes to me as a person, as a life, I need to have life insurance as well as health insurance. And when it comes to assets, that assets also have to be protected. So we need to understand a wealthy person. If you're a wealthy person, you will understand how to make use of hedging and things like that, so that you can protect your assets as well. Not only that, but if you are invested into real estate, you know how to protect those real estate investments as well. So having said the fifth point of the checklist, brings me to the sixth point of the checklist, where you should continuously work upon your self-development, continuously read books. A wealthy person has his house filled with books. maybe you can download the books on the Kindle as well if you're not able to see the books in the house nowadays. We have to see the mobile whether his Kindle is full with books or not. And he may be buying books which may be like readable in a form of an actual physical book only when he thinks it is worth buying it. So that's the 6th point of a wealthy person, of how you can determine whether you're wealthy or not. And the 7th point and the last point of how to determine whether you're wealthy or not is continuously again working upon how to generate more sources of income. For example, you may be having income sources which is like investment through shares or investment to real estate or through marketing and sales. You need to devise more methods of how you can earn additional income. So these are the 7-point checklists which you can apply to yourself. And if you have fulfilled the 7-point checklist, wonderful, great job. Even if you have fulfilled some points of the checklist, you can work upon the subsequent points. Subscribe to this video to know how you can work upon the subsequent point to improve upon your wealth. See you until then. Hope you have liked this video. See you. Bye.